Tonight on Live from the Theater Basement, our correspondent Jamie Hassapis talks educational theater with the cast of The Burn. Theater students not only learn theater, but learn life's lessons, as this show explores what happens to a teacher and his students when a classroom conflict turns into an online witch hunt. That's coming up. TheatriKids Burn, tonight here on Live from the Theater Basement.
Experience an elevated senior living lifestyle at The Bluffs in beautiful Flagstaff, Arizona. Imagine an intimate and authentic retirement lifestyle enhanced by custom-tailored 5-star quality service in an upscale community at the edge of a picturesque mountain. The Bluffs in Flagstaff, Arizona.
I'm your host, Chris Verrill. Tonight, our correspondent Jamie Hassapis talks with the student actors of The Burn. He's talking with Ava Haines, she's great, Emmi O'Hagan, Saturn Taylor, Robin Tittelbaugh, and their teacher in The Burn, Shayne Smith, right here on Live from the Theater Basement.
Thanks, Chris. Well, welcome. I'm so excited to have you here. Especially one of my former students, and I've acted with you. This has been a lot of fun. So, you guys, it's The Burn is the play that you're all in, right? Now, Robin, tell me a little bit about your role in the play.
I play the character Shauna, and she is part of a group of friends who are popular in school, and they're known for kind of their ruthlessness. And she is very smart, but she kind of takes herself for granted to fit into the social norm.
Ah. And so, anyway, tell me about your role. What's happening with you?
I play the character Andy. She's kind of like, I would say, like the comedian part of it. I'm part of the same group of kind of the mean girls. Part of my side plot or whatever is that I'm super in love with the main leader who's super mean. And yeah, it's really honestly super fun to play her because I've never played a super just kind of side part that is important but kind of just adds more of fun to the whole thing. So yeah.
Oh, Emmi, what about you?
Well, I actually play the same part as Robin. I'm just in the other cast. And
other cast. So there's two casts.
Yes, there's two casts. So yes, I'm in the other cast and I play Shauna. And yeah, it's just super fun to be the part of Shauna because during the show she kind of comes to a realization that she doesn't want to be mean to Mercedes like the other girls are doing. So it's kind of cool to see that character growth that happens with her.
And Shayne, what's your role?
My role is Eric, so I am the teacher in the story. So the only non-teenage kind of role in the story. I'm also the only male in the actual story, and yeah, I get to kind of play myself because in real life I am a drama teacher, and in the show I'm a drama teacher, but there's some extras that kind of go along with the character side story that I have gotten to explore and gotten to really dive into a different acting technique that I haven't been used to.
Oh, nice. Now, Emmi, can you tell me a little bit about the story? About what this is all about?
Yes, well, The Burn is all about this group of girls. They're kind of the mean girls, like Robin said, and they're popular, and they choose to pick on one of the new girls who is just kind of came to the school this year, and she's very shy, and she's also happens to be a Christian, and so they kind of just pick on her, and it's about how they all kind of how Mercedes, the girl who they pick on, struggles, and how they all interact with each other as they're doing a play together, and it's all about cyberbullying basically because they all kind of talk bad about Mercedes online, and it shows how hurtful that is.
Okay. And Robin, except what play are you guys studying in your class? What are you doing?
So in the drama class that all the girls take, they're studying The Crucible, and they're all part of the show and acting it out.
Okay, and so how does this relate then, The Crucible, The Burn, how does that all relate with this whole story?
So basically the whole thing with the parallel with social media is just kind of going after someone for really not a big reason, just because maybe they don't like you, or like they did something that just made you kind of uncomfortable. So like a lot of the show is like online, and you don't really like realize it, but it's kind of like we're all kind of hunting this girl out for like not really a reason, and simultaneously we're we're studying the Crucible, and we have like lines in the show, but that are part of the Crucible, where we talk about like being like a good person or like being a bad person, and just like parallels with that we put into like our own lives and stuff.
Ah, and then Shayne, with that, you are the teacher. So what is your interaction with these students?
So I'm kind of seeing everything as this, kind of this character that's seeing everything from, I don't know, more of like a step back. So I'm seeing not only the girls interact with each other, but I'm also seeing a bit into each girl's personal life. I don't want to say psychoanalyzing each girl, because it's not exactly that, but I'm kind of seeing what each girl is bringing to the table, not only in the story but also in the problem.
Mm-hmm.
And it's difficult to just have those parallels in your teaching as well, because I do see drama as a high school teacher in real life, and I do see interactions between students in my everyday, and I see some of those interactions that are being depicted in the story, and I see that as this kind of omnipotent like person on the outside that is just like seeing everything happen in front of me and only being able to do so much.
Okay, and so what's it like working with, well, you have two of your students right here. What's it like working and acting with your students as opposed to teaching them?
Yeah, no, it's really great. It's fantastic, just because these two students that I'm with and the third student that I'm teaching, they're all upperclassmen, so I get to experience a little bit of next level stuff with them, where I get to not only direct them for future shows and past shows, but I also get to work alongside them. This is my first show since I've been in high school, so I've been on stage. So I think every high school theater director should continue acting, because it makes you come to the realization that like being off book is tough.
It is tough.
Coming to rehearsal is a big commitment, and the storytelling experience is really important.
Okay, great. And then I think it's Robin and Ava. What's it like to work with him?
I really like it. One, because he's like, he's been like our director and our teacher. He's kind of like above us, just kind of like, okay, I sort of tell you what to do, like no offense, but it's like, and now it's kind of like Joe's the one who's like, okay, I'm telling you both what to do. He can't be like, oh, I think you should not do that. He can't like tell me. He get feedback from that.
And Robin?
I think at first it was honestly kind of weird, but as the show's like progressed, I really enjoy like seeing your the things that he teaches us in class and then he does on stage. It's really interesting, and his like how he just kind of like adapts to the space. It parallels to what he teaches us in class, and so it's kind of interesting.
Oh, that's cool. And I mean, what is it like working in this environment? I mean, you have what, I believe 2 different casts, and then none of you have acted or rehearsed together, right?
Right.
So what is that like?
It's very interesting and a little strange, because like Robin plays my same part, and I'm constantly wondering like, oh, how does Robin do this? Or like, I just am wondering like, like, is there a better way I can do this? And then it's also really weird because we only have 4 or 5 people in our cast. So, and I've never been in a play that small before. And so it's just kind of interesting because, we have such a small group of girls, and I don't know, it's just interesting to see it because it's so different from anything that I've done before. So, yeah.
Yeah. So the performances are when?
February 18th through the 27th.
Through the 27th here at Theatrikos, right? And so you have evening performances on Fridays and Saturdays, and then you have the matinees. Now, is there going to be any kind of a talk back, anything like that after the play, or?
I don't think we know yet.
You don't know yet?
I hope so.
Okay. Okay. I just wanted to know, because sometimes there are, and sometimes there aren't. And I just wanted to make sure that we had that information. Now, how does this compare with your real life in this play as actresses? Okay? Are you pulling anything from what you have today? We only have like a minute or so, so I'll start with Robin.
I think I'm definitely pulling the way that they talk. It's very like modern, very teenager-like. So I'm definitely pulling with that. And also, I get to like be best friends with one of my friends, and I think it's really like special to kind of see that. But she's also the one that I'm bullying.
Oh.
So there is a lot of like weirdness in that because I have to find like the parallel between that. But I like that I get to do that with her.
All right. Ava.
I like it because in real life I deal with like people who I'm friends with, but when I'm around them, I feel bad. Like they don't really make me like a super like enjoy myself when I'm around them. So I kind of feel like this with like the main person, Tara. She kind of like puts me down a lot, and I kind of feel like that because I have some friends like that. So.
Oh, okay. And Emmi.
Well, as you know, you taught at my school. Like my school has a lot of drama and bullying, and so it's just kind of like I pull from those instances where I've experienced bullying or my friends have, and so yeah, so it's just kind of interesting, like to see that because I have seen it in my own life. So.
All right. Well, thank you both, or all of you, all four of you, for being here, and I appreciate it. And thank you for being here on Live from the Theater Basement.
12 Angry Jurors, an Emmy Award-winning American stage masterpiece. A penetrating examination of America's deep-seated cultural differences, featuring one of the greatest heroes of literature. 12 Angry Jurors, playing this January through February at Theatrikos. Tickets now available at theatrikos.com.
Our correspondent for Live from the Theater Basement tonight, Jamie Hassabis. TheatriKids Educational Theater actors from the Burns, Ava Haines, Emmi O'Hagan, Shayne Smith, and Robin Tittelbaugh. Live from the Theater Basement, producer Linda Sotera, engineer Matt Brewer, technicians Ava Haines, AJ Maniglia. Associate producers Virginia Brown, Joe Maniglia, and Michael Roulon. Correspondents Mackenzie Chase, Jamie Hassabis, and Lynn Timmons-Edwards. Crew, Angela Keith, Justin Moscow, and Jamie Gray Stanton. Welcome to the show, Jamie. Even though your internship doesn't start for a couple days, eh? Dramaturgy, Theatrikos Artistic Committee, Play Curation, Northern Arizona Playwriting Showcase, Executive Producer Chris Farrell. Live from the Theater Basement, streaming live on Sunday evenings at 7:30 p.m. and available wherever you get your podcasts, is a production of Theatrikos Theatre Company in partnership with Northern Arizona Playwriting Showcase and Tutorin Films. Theatrikos Theatre Company, Flagstaff, Arizona, is the theater company of Northern Arizona and the Grand Canyon, embracing the spirit of Broadway with such shows as the timeless classic and perfect for today's times, 12 Angry Jurors. That opens on, goes now through February 13th. And of course, right after that, the show you just saw, TheatriKids Burn, running February 18 through 27. Live from the Theater Basement, the weekly podcast streaming show from Theatrikos Theatre Company, alternates between 10-minute short plays and interviews with Arizona arts leaders like you just saw. If you as a listener viewer have input, we'd love to hear from you. Email us at theater@theatrikos.com. Live from the Theater Basement, streaming live on Sunday evenings at 7:30 p.m. and available wherever you get your podcasts, is funded in part by Creative Flagstaff, formerly the Flagstaff Arts Council, and the Arizona Community Foundation. Additional funding from Arizona Commission on the Arts, Flagstaff 365, BVB Revenue of the City of Flagstaff, Calf Country Radio, and patrons of the arts like you. Thanks for joining us tonight on Live from the Theater Basement. This is Theatrikos. Coming up next week on Live from the Theater Basement, our correspondent Jamie Hasapis, he talks with Interference Series, their curator Owen Davis. It's all about cutting-edge avant-garde art in Flagstaff. That's next Sunday, February 6th at 7:30 p.m. and wherever